last we left our heroes, they were at a winter gala for the winter solstice in the Feywild, visiting one Lady Zordhanna Adula, having been invited in to attend on behalf of one of Adula's former crewmates. Because Lady Zordhanna is the former paramour of one Captain Featherstone. Potentially drunkenly gave her the invaluable, irreplaceable key to his vault in the form of the solitaire diamond, which she obviously had made into a necklace at some point. They weren't the only ones, of course, invited or attending the gala. Paulie, you want to remind us of who else was at this thing?
Some giant prick whose golden eye is sitting in the piss pot of the captain's chamber of the Florida.
Not salty at all.
No, fuck him. Fuck that guy.
And his quartermaster, the
He's alright. He's alright. He's okay.
I can't remember his name. We settled on his name was like Clink Clink or something.
I think it was Clinky.
Clinky, that's right.
It was Clinky.
Who was sort of a whirlwind of treasure and coins and gems that spoke fondly to Captain Paulie, but would not be swayed from his vow to his own captain.
That's the thing. The way I say it, the rest of the crew, he's alright. Like, Paulie's okay with the rest of the crew. It's just the captain.
Yeah. The rest of Paulie's crew perhaps not okay with this pirate captain either, though this was the first time they had all seen this character. Without knowing the backstory and the history, Mr. Killian had his own interaction with this pirate giant, now currently in sort of a regular form, and threw a platinum piece at him, I believe, or an electrum piece.
I think it was platinum.
With which the pirate, the captain, the giant pirate, said that he would hold on to until Paulie's death so that he may buy some flowers. But unbeknownst to him, Killian had a master plan that he had scratched that coin in a particular way so that he would remember it, as Killian has knowledge of divination and spying. They also met some old friends, Sir Talavar, I believe, the fairy dragon from the summer courts, as well as the sort of representatives of the summer court themselves, and others in the Palisade Hall. A great, super powerful magician, Cormac, who did great feats of magic. Cormac the Conjurer, Magus of the East, Pen of the Gods, Teller of Tales. I believe he even pulled a coin, much like Killian, using magic and coins, pulled a coin out from behind Killian's ear. Where did it come from? You will never know. It's magic. I believe also, Killian, you did receive a how to get started with magic kit.
Magic for Dummies.
Magic for Dummies kit, which had scarves, an appearing flower, 3 cups, and a felt ball. So perhaps something you can use to work on your own magic abilities if you're ever interested in becoming a great magus. Yama, I believe you met with Lady Zordhanna Adula. What was your interactions like throughout the gala? I'm casting my mind back. It's been a whole 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're asking me. I think. He secured a dance with her. Later on in the event. Otherwise, I think they were very courteous, prim and proper. He had given her a gift of some flowers, winter flowers. Mm-hmm. And yes, the dance was the main thing.
Yes. So hopefully Yama still remembers his moves from his younger days, as he may be called upon to get up on the dance floor with Lady Zordhanna later this evening. Our dear friend Karu and Diana Cloppington were also in attendance, and they sort of caught the eye and had their eye caught by Lady Zordhanna's
Ooh, yeah.
partner,
Yes.
Elias.
The hottie.
The hottie, exactly. The gentleman. Let's see if I can pull up.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to Diana about that actually. I have that written down in my notes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She recognized him or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And in fact, perhaps just to make it easier, because obviously Katie's not here this week, you turn around to perhaps ask Diana a question, Paulie, and you just catch the sort of the tail end of one of Karu's tentacles as Diana and him are kind of sneaking off to some secluded coat room or bedroom, as you do at parties when you're young and in love. But before you could get a chance to follow up with them and follow and ask that question, a voice that you do recognize, Paulie, you and Yama kind of recognize it very clearly, it sends a shiver down your spine, Paulie, possibly in terror, possibly erogeneously, but it is the I didn't think you'd be invited here as well. And you turn, and it's your buddy Sorn.
Oh my god, that's right.
It's definitely erogenous.
Good to see you, Yama.
Yeah, you too, Sword. It's been a long time. I hear you've been creeping in our captain's dreams.
Can Paulie interrupt halfway through whatever Yama is saying and just fucking lomp Sorn? Just straight up go, yeah! Just attack hug.
He casts Hellish Rebuke.
It's not to be rude,
No.
sorry, Kate. I didn't actually want to interrupt you saying that. I wanted to interrupt through narrative.
Yeah.
There's definitely a hellish rebuke.
Yeah,
here.
let me check Sorn's character sheet here. Hellish Rebuke. Give me a dex saving throw, please, Paulie.
But it's not. I'm not trying to cause physical damage,
I know.
only sexual damage.
Yeah.
Dex saving throw, okay.
Just for fun.
One would definitely cause
16.
damage.
16. Oh, that's right on. I think as well, any kind of spell response he does to you is certainly more playful than actually damaging. But for a moment there, you feel sort of that eldritch fire, which is very, very different from Killian's sort of tiefling heat. But you feel a warmth around your regions, and perhaps even feel like maybe you've soiled yourself. And as he's shoving you off, he's like, come on, get off it. And you can hear in your mind where he's got that telepathy. He's like, it's good to see you too.
Yay! How you doing, buddy? How does it feel being a god?
Well, you find out that unlimited cosmic power, turns out there's always a bigger unlimited cosmic power above you. So I'm just trying to break that glass ceiling, you know what I mean? And kind of get my fingers in that pie up there, and then keep going until there's no more up, until I'm the ultimate cosmic power.
I respect that.
But yeah, no, I'm still kind of somewhat intern level in terms of the old ones and the endless who have been around since before creation. So they sent me here on their behalf to attend a party, which is not a bad gig.
No, it's pretty damn good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy to see you.
Good. Yeah, I'm definitely happy to see you as well. look, I've got a bit of mingling I've got to do. I got some favors I got to repay, but when this whole thing's done, we'll catch up, and I'd love to hear about what's been happening on the ship.
Sounds good.
Speaking of mingling, who are you?
And he looks at you and he's like, looks back at Paul, he looks at this guy and goes, I see how it is.
Yeah, we had to find the most handsome sorcerer to replace the other most handsome wizard.
Hey, you got it the wrong way around, Paulie.
Oh,
I'm a wizard.
maybe that was a Freudian slip.
Oh, I see how it is.
And he's
I
like,
don't
oh,
like-
so you have to read and learn magic? You don't just trick eldritch beings from beyond space and time into giving it to you? That's
Look, you remind me of someone.
I'm sort of whispered to Yama. It's like looking at a mirror.
There's another guy like you who asked me to do some things at one point. His name's Mordenkainen. You remind me a lot of him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's certainly at another level. But can your new magic guy do this? And he Sorn summons his green flame blade sword.
Killian will be like, well, can your magic do this?
Yeah.
And he turns himself into Sorn.
I love that. I love that there's
No,
probably
it's really like looking at a mirror.
I love the idea that it's that back and forth for a moment, each of you showing off kind of magic in
One-upping.
different ways. Paulie definitely going I've lost track of which one's which.
Just jumping side to side.
Yeah. Oh, Yama knows exactly which one it is because you've still got maybe some of the tattoos and stuff. But just Paulie's an idiot.
Love that.
Actually, do you know Mordenkainen? You from what I've gathered, you work with the Endless now or something?
His eyes kind of roll into the back of his head and kind of get replaced all black for a few moments as he kind of stares, almost looking, almost checking some notes, but in his own, eldritch brain. And he's like, yes. Yeah, no, he's a good friend of my my mentor. They're old friends, and when I say old, I mean old.
Well, he asked me to get a chess set. Someone. Yes.
And you sent that to him? That's all done, is it?
I believe so. I did send it. I never got any confirmation from him. I got no confirmation that he received it.
Thank the gods, because I absolutely knew Kara had stolen that, and I actually had to partition off part of my brain so that I wouldn't tell, or so that Desire wouldn't know those details from me accidentally. There's been a lot of mind melding to impart knowledge, and I kind of just had to siphon that off. I'm so glad I can get that back now.
So Kara's not gonna dive to some weird eldritch or old person?
No, I think that should be fine. I think Desire's got a pretty funny sense of humor, so she'll be all right with it. I think it's, yeah, and Mordenkainen just wants to make sure things are where they should be, so that makes sense. And no, that's good. It's good. You know what? It's always good to have someone like Natasha, looking favorably on you and not, the other thing.
Wanting to kill us. Yeah. No, I get it. That's fair enough. There's some old things trying to kill me too. That's been a time.
Wait, are we talking about stuff we stole from the palace? I'm certain I have heaps of shit I stole from there.
Yeah, no, the whole meta level, the reason that Killian joined the party was to get the chess set back to send it back to Desire.
Oh, okay, right.
So we're squaring that away quickly.
Yeah, and I think that was the main thing she cared about, because it was like an irreplaceable gift from a friend, rather than
Right.
you guys stole a bunch of money and a bunch of clothes. Like
Yeah, hey, they were very nice clothes.
And
Yes.
maybe a sword.
and maybe a sword or two.
But yeah, getting that squared away. All right, sweet. Well, I'll be like, well, that's cool. I reach out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. I think with like the displays of magic back and forth, there's this kind of like professional respect. But I guess that what's his name? You know, that just didn't come out from Cormac the Conjurer, Magus of the East, Pen of the Gods, Teller of Tales. Like,
Oh, speaking of that guy, Killian's gonna be like, check out this fucking idiot over here, point at him.
yeah, it's crazy, right? He has. I'm not sure. I'm sure you've noticed. You seem like the type that would notice these kind of things. He has absolutely no magic, which is, as I'm sure you know, that's crazy. Like even Paulie has some magic about him, and I'm not just talking about his.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
And I'm not
There's
just
nothing
talking.
magic about me.
I'm not talking about his fingies, but like every being has some level of magic. It is inbuilt. Everyone touches the weave. It's like midichlorians. You guys don't know what that is. Don't worry about it.
Middle what?
This is a man who is absolutely null in every sense of the word in terms of magic. But it has.
Yeah, it's so strange. I kind of want to banish him just to see what would happen.
I honestly think no magic would ever affect him. I think like he is a black hole of magic that just cannot, like magic around him
It's
cannot
so much worse.
cannot
than I
occur.
thought.
Which is why these Fae love his act.
Because
Because to the
I'll
Fae-
try and be nice.
Regular magic is like breathing. He is performing feats with absolutely no magic. The fact that he's even breathing in this room right now with no magic is like an incredible feat in and of
True.
itself.
Didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hated him straight away.
Oh,
Dude
that's
seems
fair.
like a dickhead.
It's really annoying when someone has like this weird ability that just cannot be explained.
Or lack thereof.
Right? And they succeed upwards.
Yeah. It's like
When the rest of us have to con, cheat, and bargain our way into success.
yeah, I don't understand how this works. Like even failing upwards, that's an amazing notion. It's something I really want to learn. But I don't know. Maybe I will try banishing him at one point just to see if it'll work. Like
I would just be very careful about doing it in here.
I won't do it here.
Yeah.
I've already thrown a coin at a guy's head.
Sure. Yeah, I saw
So-
that. Bold choice. Probably very glad he didn't take that as a threat.
I don't even know who that guy is. I just didn't like him.
And he just looks like he looks from you to Paulie and back, and it's just like, oh, you haven't told him.
No.
Why haven't you
No.
told me? That guy's a dick.
Yeah, he is a dick. He was my slave dad.
Wait, you mean the big guy?
Big guy. Yeah. He's the one who held me prisoner. That was the pirate ship that I grew up on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll put it this way, I guess. The coin that I threw at his head, I scratched it, so now we know we can find him if you ever need to impart justice.
I want to murder him. Very
Yeah,
badly.
well, I know exactly where he is at all times.
He deserves to die in a very painful way.
Okay, we'll kill him.
None of this. There's no redemption for him, Yama. He needs to die.
I think I agree. I think we need to undermine his whole operation. Like, if we just nip the top of the bud, this virus, this ship, this crew that he's created, though, it's just gonna linger and do the same practices and the same thing.
A lot of the crew, okay, they're just
I
your
feel
average
like
run-of-the-mill
Okay.
They
Yeah,
definitely
what if we
murder-
kill him and we
murder
create a
and
power
pillage, But I
vacuum?
mean, that's just piracy as 101.
We create a power vacuum by killing him, and then we become the best pirates ever.
We already are the best pirates ever.
I know we are the greatest, but they don't know that. We know that. Sorn knows that.
As long as we know that in here, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, look, it's not about the treasure is most definitely the treasure we stole along the way, but it's also friendships that we made with each other and the people we
While
killed.
stealing things along the way.
Exactly.
Before we continue, Timmy, did you change microphones halfway through that speech?
Oh, yes.
No, what happened?
It's definitely on your like webcam one.
You just sounded very different all of a sudden. I didn't want to say anything because you're on a great roll and I loved it. It just it sounded like halfway through Paulie went into another room.
Okay.
That's alright.
Uno moment.
Yelling from the bathroom.
I think there's going to be a great moment where like Sorn will go. I mean Sorn this time. I'm not.
There's no change. Is it still bad?
Oh, that's so much better.
Oh, that's better.
I don't know what you did.
Literally, I went from here to here.
Oh, then that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, okay.
Get it in there.
Get it right up.
Terrifying.
I don't like that, guys.
Yeah. So I think like at that where you're having the back and forth about killing this guy, Sorn's kind of like nodding sagely, and then it's like, oh, really important, and then you should know, and then just you hear like a and he's drowned out, and all the servants are like, will you please join us outside? The hunt Hart will begin. And then you're kind of swept up in the crowd of people, moving.
Yeah, no, Sorn, what do we need to know? What just
Yeah. Absolutely. So do all of you kind of go with the flow and get swept up, or do you have opportunities here if you wanted to not partake in whatever's going to happen from here to explore other parts of the house potentially?
Where's the diamond going? Is she out there?
I guess she's kind of like leading the way.
Yeah, I think Yama's gonna stick close with her, maybe not like at her side or within her vision, but he's just
Get me now.
going with. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of like being led, her hand, like that kind of dainty from her husband, Elias, in his big maw of a hand, and as she sort of daintily puts her hand in it and is kind of like leading the way out, and everyone kind of coalesces outside in the sort of next to one of the big lakes outside the palace, and yeah. So Yama's following.
I'm gonna go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Killian?
I'm gonna see where the big guy's going. Or has he already walked out of the room?
He already walked out. He kind of had his moment and kind of walked out. In fact, you see him. I think he's out there, like smoking a cigar, like in the courtyard kind of area, seemingly chatting with the whirlwind.
Oh, I'm gonna wander over to. Oh, not that big guy. The cool big guy, the handsome one.
Oh, the handsome one. So he's kind of leading his lady outside. He's kind of like being a chaperone to her. And kind of helps her alight up onto these kind of like this stone dais so she can like be above everyone and kind of project her voice out. And in fact, I'll read this. As the evening air grows crisp and the snow underfoot crunches like broken glass, the gala attendees gather outside near the frozen lake. A hush falls over the crowd and the cold moonlight filters through the trees, casting long shadows across the snow-covered ground. In front of you, a group of satyrs stands, their mischievous smiles glowing in the soft light of enchanted lanterns that dot the path. Suddenly, they begin to shift, their limbs elongating, fur growing thicker, and their features twisting until they resemble graceful, powerful white deer. Their hooves dig into the snow, and in a synchronized leap, they bound towards the tree line, disappearing into the frozen woods with an ethereal swiftness. The guests murmur in excitement and anticipation. From the top of the snow-dusted sort of dais, Lady Zordhanna Adula, clad in her winter-themed ball gown, steps forward with the poise of someone who commands attention without much effort. Just so we all remember how amazing she looks. I think I had it in here. Here we go. Her dark, elegant figure stands out against the snowy landscape, and with a graceful motion, she raises a fan and calls out in a melodic, commanding voice. Take your bow, dear hunters. May your skill and fortune guide you in the Feywild tonight. Let the first to bring back a Hart be crowned victor of this year's hunt. And she sort of gestures towards this gleaming display of enchanted bows resting on a rack nearby. Each crafted from pale wood, their strings shimmering with magic, and the arrows kind of clearly marked as non-lethal. They appear to be kind of like soft, but kind of like made of magic. The bows glow faintly in the moonlight as the gathering of noble hunters and enchanted creatures begin to kind of take their positions. In fact,
can we join?
Yeah, if you want it.
I want to go.
In fact, some of the nobles and creatures don't go over and get bows. You see them actually like conjuring their own weapons. There must be some kind of understanding that these are non-lethal. These satyrs were the sort of the servants of the house, so murdering them is probably not.
All right, so Shrimpy, I'm going to talk to Shrimpy and go. All right, Shrimpy, set your bullets to non-killy, okay? And I'm going to give him a little tickle.
All right.
Walk over and be like, I don't need this bow, and he'll like cock his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like a little cinder on the tip of his fingers.
I like to think that the Lord of the Summer, the one who, so you were chatting to before, he summons like a big net made out of like leaves and flowers and vines. And like in the other hand, kind of like a bolo made of vines and hot stones and stuff like that. So everyone kind of has their own. Some people have their own things that they like to hunt with, but there are bows provided if it's required.
Love it.
Yeah, Yama is taking one of the bows.
Oh. It's just a bit of a.
Killian is just turning himself into a cannon. His horns are the horns are the sights.
Clickety clackety, I got my clickety clackety.
So
by picking up a bow, what I actually meant was I pick up Killian and put him on my shoulder like this.
You just pull on his tail, and when you let go, it fires.
The energy in the air crackles with magic, and the thrill of the chase begins to take over all the attendees who look like they're going to partake. The frozen lake gleams under the soft light, and beyond it, the vast and mysterious Feywild woods await. Let the hunt for the Hart begin, and everyone kind of whoops and cheers and starts running off and after different tracks of these creatures.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
You actually see the Lord of the Summer. He has somehow magically sort of conjured a almost like a sleigh made of sort of spring woods and stuff. And Sir Talavar, your fairy dragon friend, has transformed into kind of a large beast of burden and is like pulling, mushing through like a husky, pulling this thing off through the snow. As they whoop whoop and head off after some tracks.
I'm definitely gonna shoot off into the forest, just fucking.
So are you staying together, or are you shooting ahead, Pauline?
Ooh, I can be the dog.
Yama's going to activate. I'm going to activate my ring of expeditious retreat so that I can keep up along the ground. So I'm just running after them.
Yeah, I'll keep up with the rest of the guys, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I'll be our gun dog in the front,
Running
yapping.
ahead a little bit, swooping back to like make sure
Yep.
they're still coming, running
Yep.
out again.
I'll signal Polly to like go on ahead a little bit, and then I'll fly at the middle distance so that we're all still within sight of each other, but we can cover more. We have more visual range.
Excellent. All right. Well, why don't we go through and you tell me kind of what skills you're using to hunt, track, speed up, slow down, avoid, the overgrowth, undergrowth, the snows, etc. Plus, feel free to have any flourishes of if there are other guests, how you politely deal with them, perhaps by leave them in your dusting of snow, as it were.
Would I be able to make an
Also-
investigation check to look for tracks?
Check. It's been so long since I've even looked at a bloody character sheet. Forgotten. I would say that I'd give you an investigation probably at a disadvantage because I think survival is almost purely the realm of just looking for tracks, right, or following tracks.
Would I be able to argue an investigation check for looking for signs of anything around that has moved through here? Instead of tracking a specific, like an animal specifically,
Yeah.
tracking movement.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. So 14.
14.
What kind of things is Killian? Because you're kind of like stopping to look occasionally, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm like scanning along as I fly a little bit slower. I'm looking for like anything like broken branches or like bits of cloth. Like if someone's run past the tree a little bit too close and like ripped their cloak. Or like even, footprints. Not quite animal tracks, but footprints.
Yeah, so I think
that
maybe
sort of stuff.
You definitely like spot that you're following like you see that there's been branches kind of broken in a certain direction, and you see like a little bit like tuft of some like white cloth, almost like a cloth shirt or something like that. And then you follow it along a little bit more, and then there's maybe like a tuft of fur, like tuft of white deer fur on like another brush or something like that. And so you're like, this is the direction, let's go, and you're able to push on. Do you say anything in particular, or just sort of like? And you tell me if there's other things you find that would put you on the right course.
I'd be looking for like any signs of movement through the area, like where the trails of people have gone. I'd be like, it looks like everyone has gone this way, but I feel like we could possibly head them off if we were to cut off just a little bit this direction.
Absolutely.
Judging by the landscape that I'm looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see like a set of tracks, and then like deeper, thicker tracks of obviously some kind of hunter that's going after them. You see that the Hart tracks, so like the many different satyrs that turned into deer, had all kind of split off in different directions. But you're able to go, okay, like this one looks promising, let's follow this one, right? And kind of let's try and get around there. Who else?
Killing will also premise, he'll be like, bearing in mind, I am not a hunter, I'm just a killer.
Yeah. Yama moving, very, very quickly through the snow. Paulie flying along. Killian, I think you're still flying, but I like to think that the snow beneath you is like slightly melting away a little bit more, even that with your kind of low passage.
I'm fixing that terrain for Yama to follow.
So you leave no active tracks behind. Potentially, it's sort of they're kind of melting away the tracks. So no one will be following you directly.
So then while Killian is not leaving any tracks, I think Yama is pure strength, just like vaulting these trees, keeping up with Paulie as he moves like super swiftly through this forest.
Paulie's definitely yapping for you.
Yeah. Yeah, like, as we imagine like Karu doing parkour off the trees, Yama is literally like pushing boulders and like fueling his like his passage, which is magically enhanced. and probably looks really strange. I'd love to go with like an athletics just for the pure movement of it through the forest.
Everyone's just like, why is this guy fucking up our forest? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I think if you're like not leaving tracks, Yama is like pushing trees over.
Making as many tracks as possible.
So Dylan, you even said like Killian's like, oh, let's take this shortcut. I think like we'll be able to cut him off if we move around here. And Yama's just like, right, and just like, because you're going the path not
like two boulders.
Right? Yeah, and just like leaping over one.
The path of most resistance.
Yes.
Leaving many a snapped twig and or log in his wake, as he
Shattered boulders.
kind of plows through this sort of older gentleman with magical speed and just a crown of kind of is it a crown of butterflies or a crown of
It's a crown of flowers, but he did use his butterfly ability, which gives him extra charisma, so he does have these two butterfly wings trailing him. Yeah.
And I like to think that the flowers, they never deplete, but like while you're moving at this speed, they're coming off and falling behind you.
Yes,
it's
like cherry blossom trees.
Integrating into magic when they hit the ground or whatever, but like you're leaving a trail behind you, like the neon cat.
I love it.
Someone paid extra, didn't they? You bought some add-ons, right?
That's right. Got that in a mystery box. Very good. I love that. Paulie.
Paulie, I reckon he hits a part of like where the like a dense thicket, so like it's really tight, and there's just one little opening, a little bit higher up that he's gonna just kind of maneuver himself through and hopefully do acrobatics. 22.
22? I think we like a 22. So describe that for me. What does that look like as Paulie's sort of this hunting dog, charging ahead and scouting ahead and running back and scouting ahead and running back?
So yeah, he's gonna just like literally like he's like yip yip, and then just like run through one little part, check a section, see if the heart's there. If not, he'll come back to the guys, go no, go this way. And then just basically try find every path he possibly can, while zipping through random little parts that he's like, why did you even go through there? Like sometimes there actually was a really big open space, but he still went under the annoying part just to kind of show off.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, I think you definitely with Killian's sort of foresight of choosing the route, Yama's speed at keeping up. You're only as fast as your slowest member kind of thing. But Yama kind of powering along. Paulie, you're able to kind of pick up the trail again. It looks like you have certainly... there's perhaps less tracks, which means there's less hunters on this part of the trail. Either you've cut them off or gotten ahead of them. The Hart themselves is obviously is magically swift, but you feel like you're on the right trail. We'll go back up to the top of the initiative. Killian, what new ways will you solve this? As perhaps you're seeing just the tail end of it through the trees, or perhaps you're just seeing the tracks. You tell me as you get closer and closer to closing in on this hunt.
I want to go for Arcana because everything was magically changed. So I want to have a feel for any magical auras within a distance that you can decide on.
Sure.
That is fair. To sort of try and get a ping of like, hey, there's magic over there.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, it was a magical transformation, something, the Satyrs into the deer form, which is something you're intimately familiar with, and I think a 22 certainly reflects that. So you tell me, what kind of pinging sonar kind of system, what does it look like when Killian does this? Does he have to stop to do a rune on the ground or a tree, or is it more like eyes go bright, or what's the...
You see, I like the rune idea. Anyone that can see Killian will see like this faint rune start glowing between his horns, and then it just blinks out, and then his head just sort of like locks towards one direction.
Yeah. I like the idea of like, yeah, you guys like do stop for a moment, right? You're in a bit of a clearing. There's a couple of different paths, which way to go. the snowfall is kind of covering the tracks, and Killian just kind of like stops, head down for a moment, eyes closed, and you see fiery runes start building on his head, linking linking the tattoos together and things like that in weird eldritch ways. And then his head just kind of snaps up in a direction like a hunting dog, and then you guys kind of press forward.
Cool.
Yama.
I think Yama is going to. Curious. I think I have a. I thought I had divine sense, which could maybe help narrow it down, but now I can't.
You definitely would as a paladin. I believe your
Yeah.
divine sense lets
Oh, there we go. I do.
sense fey fiends and undead, possibly. Fey would certainly cover a lot here. I'm happy for you to expend a divine sense here to give yourself advantage on perhaps whatever role you want to do.
All right. Well, let's maybe pair that with a perception roll, just to like using what Killian, like information we're already getting from Killian, to just really like hone in on the heart, maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Satyrs.
Yeah. Well, they're currently in heart form. I
Cool.
had to look up today because I'd heard it a lot. I was like, Hart, what is that? It's a male.
It's HRT. H-A-R-T, right?
H-A-R-T.
No,
Yeah.
so last time we were in the Feywild, we came across this because we had the lion doors and the heart doors. So that's the only reason why I know what a heart is too, is from D&D.
So it's more like a stag, I guess. Like it's a male deer, and a hind is a female deer. So a hart and a hind are the two types of deers. But with your advantage 24, not that you needed it, but I love that you had it anyway. So yeah, describe to me how you pick up the trail, or is it like a predator heat vision for Yama? Like, what does that divine sense look like when he is tapping into that paladin training? Typically used to find an enemy on the battlefield, right? But yeah, you tell me.
I think it's almost like he gives off this golden sheen pretty often, right? You guys are very used to this, but I think within only his vision, he can kind of see that like outline, maybe, of where.
Oh yeah, like predator vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think perhaps typically, at least from Yama's point of view, and if we see from Yama's point of view, undead would be maybe some kind of like purple kind of badness. Demons,
Ooh,
so,
I love
like
that.
the fiery red and black and so on. Fays, maybe that more that sort of like green and summery kind of colors.
What color's Paulie?
Yeah, what do you look at when you see Killian and Paulie? They don't know you see this, but for us, the fans at home, I want to know what Yama sees in their auras.
I think because Polly and Killian are like his best friends. He sees all his closest friends in like that really pure golden light, regardless of how their personalities are. Maybe he's just like, it's his opinion of them.
That's a very diplomatic answer there.
Maybe it's the gold of coins. Who knows?
Look, I love that, Kate. That very diplomatic answer. I'm going to make it more complicated for you, and only you, because I'm going to tell you something that everyone at the table is going to hear, but then you have to carry this with you as a character. When you look at Killian, you do see the kind of divine, but sort of maybe like corrupted divine, even like through his arm looks fine. His guns are out. He's wearing the sleeveless vest and so on. But where where his arm is, you can see that it almost looks like there's a poison beneath the surface of the skin.
Ooh, like I can see like the veins are black or something like that.
Correct, and it's almost like he's been bitten by something, and it's spreading up the arm, kind of thing, like that kind of venomous snake kind of thing. I'm trying to think of. I had a metaphor in my head, or like a scene from a film. But yeah, when they're like, oh, when that black vein gets to your heart, you're gonna die, kind of thing. But it's like something has latched onto him and is kind of like gripping his arm at the moment. You only see it when you have your divine senses up. He's obviously.
Can I Is there any like time for me to actually like more narrow my focus onto Killian and see where it's like almost like the origin of it?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
is there a part where it's denser?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the other thing, and then I'll let you have a choice about which one you want to look at.
Ooh, okay.
Because you might, to make it difficult, because you'll only have one, right?
Mhm.
When you look at Paulie and you see that, like, niceness or whatever as well, you see sort of like at the core of him something kind of glowing in at his core. And it is going to take that extra time to kind of look in at that deeper. So during this time, I mean, maybe you might get other chances later. But there's something within Paulie and something without on Killian.
It's poo. Inside Paulie is poo.
If I'm having to pick between those two, Yama's going to go for the within because that sounds a bit more treacherous and closer to the heart. So he's going to look at Paulie using his divine sense and try and figure out what that is.
Okay. I will send you something, Kate.
Okay.
And so this is something that Yama sees. And I can go into more detail about this perhaps after the session.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
I don't even know what's inside Paulie, so.
Oh, I was going to say Timmy looks stumped, so that's fun.
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea.
That's so exciting. So as these two are like racing ahead of me, he might be able to like point out where the heart is, but then maybe you can see that he gets a bit distracted as he's pushing his way through the forest with his like extra speed. He's almost more focused on the bird that's flying ahead of him than the heart that they're supposed to be hunting.
Yeah. Paulie, you're leading the way.
Yes. All right. With this one, I wanted to. Are we doing well? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I reckon Paulie shoots ahead a little bit too far and actually overshoots the heart, and so as to not scare the heart into going a different direction than the one we're going, he's going to hide and let the heart pass him. But try to be sneaky about it, so that way he can go back to the guys and go, "Look, it's this way."
Yeah, absolutely. So you're sort of finding its path, going back and forth. It's obviously very quick. It jumping, so perhaps Paulie's like, if I take the shot and miss, it'll leap too quick. It'll become erratic. But for now, I mean, I'll even accept if you. How's this actually? You found that it's kind of like slowed down, and it's in, it's maybe like starting to enter into a clearing, but it is slowed down, thinking it is no longer being chased. But so you also stop and start stalking slowly to kind of try and get closer and kind of bring the others up, rather than because I have a feeling in my mind, I think if you were to get ahead of it and hide, you would probably just leap out and grab it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because like the way I saw it, like the heart like jumping over him, and then just like, oh, it's this way.
Yeah,
cool. But that makes more sense. Yep, done. Oh, but I didn't want to take that. You know what I mean? Like you're like, actually no, Tim, we're nowhere near the heart.
Well, I do love the idea. Let's have our cake and eat it too. You sit there, you're getting close. You're hiding in a bush, waiting for the others to kind of catch up. And as you are waiting there, you're watching the one like starting to walk out into the clearing. You're kind of keeping a close eye, ready to warn your friends. And another one of the hearts runs at you and just like has to dart away. And you're like too focused on the other one as this one kind of leaps over your head. You're like, ah, shit.
So I'm wrong. Yeah. Boom! 27.
Very
Ooh.
good. I think you guys are in an excellent position. Yeah. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah.
Where is it? Sorry. 18.
Oh yeah. So this actually works really well. The other deer rolled a 20 on its dex, so it did leap over you and you didn't see it.
Didn't even see it. I was like, oh well.
Yeah.
All right. You guys did very, very well. So I will tell you that you enter into this area quite slowly. You're kind of you're being quiet. You haven't alerted the Hart, and you see it poorly. It kind of skitters out across a frozen lake. In fact, it kind of loses its footing a little bit. As it's, much if you've seen a deer trying to cross a frozen lake, they have no purchase on the slick ice. It's hilarious and sad, but it's like sliding its way towards what looks to be someone else's ship, some small sort of a sloop of some kind, perhaps. You know, they've parked their ship on this lake, and that's how they arrived. And it's kind of slipping over there towards it. And the crisp, frosty air stings your cheeks as you move deeper into the frozen Feywild woods. Your breath coming out in puffs of mist as you follow the delicate indentations of deer tracks imprinted in the snow and ice. The forest around you is eerily still, with only the occasional snap of a branch underfoot or the rustling of distant leaves in the icy breeze. But thanks to your excellent rolls and your excellent hunting, you realize that something is different, something perhaps primal, dangerous. Your path has led you closer to the lake, where the tracks veered off towards the shoreline. Through the thin veil of mist rising from the ice, you spot this moored boat, frost gathering along its hull, a lone lantern hanging from the side, casting a weak, flickering light that barely pierces the winter. And then you hear it. Growls, deep and resonant, the unmistakable snarling of a bear, and the guttural roar of another creature, locked in a savage struggle. Sounds echo off the frozen surface of the lake, raw and violent, sending shivers down your spine. You approach cautiously, the moonlight reflecting off the frozen water, the boat now only a short distance away. From here the snarling grows louder, more frantic, the ice creaking beneath your feet as you move closer, and the outlines of two massive forms silhouetted in the moonlight mist clash in a violent struggle near the boat. Huddled up against the ice wall, where it is perhaps slid because it could get no purchase on its legs, is one of the snowy deers that you've been following. And what do you do?
I want to shoot the fucker. But I think we can go for like.
Alright.
I think we do it. I think we do it all together.
There's the bear.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, cool. Okay. I don't think we can incapacitate the Hart because we can't kill them.
And the bear appears to be fighting a large creature. Kind of looks like this.
Oh, what? Wait, where's the?
And the
The
deer
Hart's
has
terrified
kind
on
of
the
slid past them
back.
or in between them, and it's kind
Okay.
of like huddled up against a far wall. So there's you, boat, and a block of open ground, bear and creature, Hart. The deer
Okay.
is trying to scramble, but perhaps in its panic and in its fear, it is not able to get purchase and just seems to be tiring itself out as these two creatures tussle and kind of claw at each other and bite at each other in front of you. But because of your excellent rolls before, say obviously you are unnoticed as they fight each other, so you have plenty of options in terms of how you want to forward into this encounter.
Killian will be like, "The fuck is that thing?"
Yeah, seriously, let's discuss. We could try putting one of them to sleep and push forward. Do we want to fight them?
That's a good idea. We could do that. Put the bear to sleep.
Yep, I can put
Do you
one
reckon
to
you-
sleep. Well,
do you reckon you could
hopefully.
Yeah, do you reckon you could take? Like, should I go? Should I try shoot this deer while you guys do that, or do you want to?
That sounds good. If we like
You distract it,
focus on one, yeah.
and I'll shoot the deer, the heart.
Mm-hmm.
If all goes to shit, I can turn into a big ape. I'll just
Well,
punch him with
you
the bear.
turn in.
Yeah, you turn into
You
an
turn
ape.
into, and I'll try and put the troll to sleep.
Or do I become?
And we're gonna do this like simultaneously.
I'll slide in between the bear and the bear and the troll.
Yep. Alright, well, what I will do is I'll set us up for some initiative then, if there's going to be potentially some of that, just so we can get a nice order going.
Dirty 20.
2. Killian's so freaked out by this weird creature.
Also, too.
Nice. Hey, I have a higher dex. Let's go.
Probably a little bit quicker off the mark, perhaps, seeing these two creatures sort of go toe to toe. Ignore the dogs, they're not really very cute, they're on the map.
That's fair.
Couldn't say no.
But yeah, so there's the kind of ship in front of you here. You can occasionally see, bits of the... As you guys are walking up, especially Yama in your armor, you can hear the creaking, cracking of the ice beneath you and the lake beneath that. Yeah, there's sort of more stuff here, I suppose, but we'll leave it see what craziness this uncovers.
Sorry, I can't
I got
see.
you
It's
both.
too small. What's that? What's that distance from me to
110
the
feet.
troll?
110.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Ollie,
Don't
you
worry.
are first to act. The other creatures don't know you're here. They're not necessarily on guard for you, though that may not
Great.
matter because I think you would have the ring of first strike regardless.
Yes.
Deer is obviously kind of panicked and afraid, but can't seem to kind of get anywhere. But there is, there is time. Nothing. You guys aren't under threat currently. The deer
Maybe
is not
we'll-
currently under threat. You have
Maybe we'll move. We'll sneak up and then go behind. You guys go behind the ship. I'll go on top of the ship. So I'll sneak up on top of the ship, on top of the sloop, and you guys will just go around here. If you can see that, I don't know if you can or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys go there, and then you guys can attack once I shoot.
Okay.
I can need the turn.
I'm gonna go. Can I go stealth?
I don't understand that as a verb.
Stealth. Stealth. Can I go?
Rephrase it for me without using
Can I-
the word.
Can I be a sneaky bitch?
Love that.
Much better.
Yep, that's better. You can hide, or you can move quietly.
I
You
will
can be a sneaky
hide.
bitch.
I will move. I'll be a sneaky bitch.
One option.
So does that mean you would end up going more slowly, probably?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go on the ship here.
But you take flight and kind of fly
Yes.
over to the ship, land quietly. I'm not sure if it'll let you on there because it's terrain.
No.
And kind of swoop down and kind of land.
You should, yeah.
Down there, kind of behind the gunnels, being able to look down at them below. In fact, you're probably like 10 feet up because you're up on the ship. Sure.
I'm gonna end my turn there.
The big furry creature. You speak Orin and Aarakocran, or just in common. Any other languages?
Or an Aarakocran. No, that's it. In common, that's it. Thieves can't.
Sure. The creature.
You
is not-
probably know some swear words in Goblin.
Absolutely do.
Yeah. Whenever you go to a new port, you always learn you always learn a couple of swear words.
That's exactly it, correct. But that's just part of thieves' cant, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so this big old creature is sort of swiping its big claws at the bear, having a kind of bear off, if you will, and trying to kind of bite into each other. The Hart going to try and get its footing and fail. And Killian, it's your turn.
Killian will. We're being quiet, aren't we?
Yep.
All right. Killian will just move. Dash. So what's that? That's 30. 60.
Well, if you're, yeah. Dash
60.
quietly. That's not an opposite of an oxymoron.
He's like gliding along through the air, like darting through,
Okay. Yeah.
not touching anything.
Yep.
All you hear is the occasional like of like little bits of snow exploding as he flies through.
Yeah. And like sizzling off his wings or something, like a bit of like water hitting a hot plate, right? Just like that.
Yeah, he's flying quite low because otherwise there will be steam visible.
Yeah. I love that. Very good.
And
Do you want to give me a stealth check as well, please, if you're trying to be quiet?
Yeah. Take it.
Excellent.
Yep. And that's it.
Cool. All right, Yama, the master of stealth himself.
So, Yama making absolutely no attempt to be stealthy, even though he understands that indeed that was the plan. But he is fully bedecked in his golden heavy plate. He is going to instead move his 60 feet.
And he's still got expeditious retreat on, right? We'll say.
Which gives him that extra. Oh my god. Sorry. No, my thing just went crazy. How do I undo? Thank you. Sorry, I'm having some issues with my boundary. So I just want to go 60 feet, like up away from the rest of the party. So that is my bonus action and my movement. For my action, I'm going to cast Sleep at 3rd level.
Before you do that, can you give me a dex saving throw, please?
Oh my gosh, is this for running on the ice?
And the ground, as the ground beneath you begins to crack, and the groaning, haunting sound of thin ice.
I made note of that in my head as you said it in the description, and then I was like, came to my turn and I was like, I run onto the ice.
Yeah.
And I roll a 3.
Yeah, good. Love that for you.
Oh, SOS.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to pull me out.
So you, as you're like running, perhaps you're moving a little bit faster than you're used to, the extra weight of the plate armor. And you hear the groaning and crack, and like Paulie from where you are and Killian from where you are, you see this like blur across the ice as Yama starts moving and starts, I assume, just like skating along in his like metal boots, and just unable to stop. And then you hear this like giant crack, and just Yama is all of a sudden half as tall as he is like holding onto the edge of the hole in the ice that he's dangling in. You're gonna take first of all, you're gonna take.
Can I like ruin your visual there? I've still got my wings out, and I I do actually have a fly speed when those wings are out.
Yeah.
Now we canonically know that he hates to fly,
Yeah.
but could I maybe roll a check to see whether he has the the reaction to think, oh, I can, go upwards.
Sure. What I'll give you with the wings is because you're, as you said, he doesn't like to fly, and you didn't indicate that you were flying, which makes sense.
Yep.
You then more dip in like a tea bag. You dip into the water quickly, and then rise back out with your wings.
Like Pete.
So what I'll say is you're still gonna take 7 cold damage because of the
Okay.
dip into the water. But I'm gonna say you're not effectively prone because you're not half in now and clinging to the edge. You've gotten back out and have alighted lightly on the other side of the hole.
Cold press Yama.
Yeah. That sound
Okay.
cool, Kate?
Well, that sounds super cool, and I appreciate it. I'm happy for that to be like the rest of my action.
Yeah, cool.
As if that was like a third movement.
Yep. Well, why don't you give me a stealth check as well with disadvantage, and just see if anything else notices you.
Oh, I've been rolling so well today. That's a 7.
As you're like, kind of, I assume, is flying, maybe not completely well balanced, that kind of like still trying to, and you land. As you land, you just feel like a snowball hit the side of your face, and gonna take 1 cold damage. As you realize that there is a creature up here who's just kind of like laughing at you.
What? Amazing.
and just you didn't notice him before because it was like it looked like he was made of ice, like a shard of ice. But like he's just like looking at you like, and then like you see him like getting another snowball ready.
Oh.
Very good.
And Yalma just yells, "Damn this frozen hell!"
The bear. What's the bear do? Bite and a claw. And a bite and a claw. Whoa! A lot of nothing. The bear can't seem to hold its own against this creature, and seems to be taking all of the damage. Poorly.
Okay. All right. Well, Paulie is going to get into position. Just get a little bit closer, just to there, so I can get a good shot, so that way the bear doesn't get in the way.
Yeah.
You guys ready? Yeah. All right. Done. I am going to aim Shrimpy. Just whisper to him. Remember, don't shoot to kill. Just gotta make sure it doesn't get back up. Shrimpy's gonna quiver at that and go, very excited still. And then I'll let it go. Bang!
Now, would you say 21 definitely hits? You would even have advantage if you want to fish for the crit.
Oh yeah, true.
Which you should always do. But I would say, is sneak attack?
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry.
I was going to say, is sneak attack antithetical to being non-lethal? Would you say? Because it's trying to find a weak spot. But I think with a crit, I'm definitely going to give it to you. So yeah, you got to pay the crit. You got to honor the crit. Here I had an argument all built up in my head that sneak attack is finding vulnerable spots to damage it to try and kill someone. But no, absolutely, you can do this.
And I mean, it was your fault. I wouldn't have rolled it. I wouldn't have rolled for advantage.
That's right. Yeah. I brought this upon myself.
Boom! That's huge. Let me see if anything should be re-rolled there. No, everything's pretty good there. Actually, maybe just one of those D6s. Yeah, one of the D6s.
So I guess, Paulie, you kind of stand up on the edge of the ship. Maybe it's because you're being
Oh,
sneaky. Maybe it's because
Yep.
you're on the edge of a ship. All the things that are perfect for you. Even the ship not really moving on the frozen lake.
Always mullet moving in the wind.
So it's 70 damage flat, I think.
Yep.
Turning one of those ones into a 2.
Yep.
How would you like to do this, Paulie?
I guess you know what? He's gonna put it onto this the railing of the ship.
Yeah.
And just go like this. Put it sideways. Bang.
And there's just a shot of compressed air around you that sends snow flying in every direction. A loud thunderous rapport as Shrimpy sends sort of non-really, it's not piercing ammo. It's not hollow points. Kind of rubber bullet equivalent.
Yep.
And the Hart
Basically just this saliva.
binged in your BB pellet in the middle of its head, and just collapses on its side. And you can see it sort of slowly turning back into its satyr form.
Hell yeah! Well, you know what? Damn it all! I'm gonna run over there and go yep, we got it! Even with a troll and a bear right there.
Yeah.
Paulie's just excited about the hunt.
Yeah, good. Cool, so I'll move you over then.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Worries. Do you land on the ground or you hover up above it?
Hover up a little bit. Yep.
Okay. Can't tempt you closer to the water?
No.
Alright. Well, the troll, still doing its troll thing. In fact, how close are you? You're not close. Okay. I think it's gonna do its bites and its claws. Attack. Claw. Attack. Oh.
What a shot. I'm so happy about that. That was huge.
Yeah. Let's see a click to apply damage, but it's not.
I'm gonna go for a cigarette, but I'm obviously still listening the whole time.
And then it's going to fight. The deer is unconscious. One of the other ice methods that's over near you, Paulie, makes itself known.
What's that? Sorry, one of those method things.
Yeah.
Little cheeky pricks.
Little cheeky pricks. He's going to. He's gonna throw. You're like, yes, we caught it. Pap! A snowball on the back of your head. You're gonna take 10 cold damage because he got a crit.
Oh, did he? I'll uncanny dodge part of it.
Yeah, good. Very good. The other one already threw something at Yama, so I'll leave that one.
Right, you got a crit.
And I think the third one's just kind of there jeering at you. In general. Just giving you a bit of the old nye. Ice, baby, Killian.
Righty then. Far can I go?
Obviously, because you've got your wings, you can definitely get up and over the boat, avoiding all the cracking ice stuff that I put in here. Can make life difficult, but
2 flying boys.
I know. I was definitely expecting
I'm just gonna continue. I'm definitely going to continue my way.
Yeah.
The screw with Kyra, yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, there's walls on the ship, which is why.
Yeah, so about
here.
Maybe a little bit more direction, a little bit further away from what's happening over here.
Yeah.
I'm making my way towards Paulie since I've noticed now that I heard his shrimpy go off and him yelling, "We did it!" Like, all right, well, I might as well help you get over to Paulie.
Yeah.
But I'm still in range and still in. I'm waiting for Yama to send a signal, and then I can do something.
Cool. So you're flying up close. Well, let's jump over to Yama then, who is sort of hanging delicately above the ship. Oh, sorry, above the ice. The ice method seems to be reeling back its arm, ready to throw another snowball at you. But what do you do?
Yeah, I do think that Yama now is tentatively hovering above the ice. And as he kind of like wipes the snow off his face from this snowball that he's just caught to the face, I'm gonna cast Sleep at 3rd level. So it's gonna be a lot of D8. I'm gonna be casting it on the troll, so we'll see what happens. Oh, I wanted it to roll all my D8s, but that's fine. So, sorry. 5d8 and casting it at 3rd level, so that's 7, 9d8. Eight. No. So this is hit points that it will affect of the creature. Oh, lots of 7s and 6s. Oh, but also 2s and 3s and 1. Very even roll.
32, is that it?
Yes, so if it has 32 or less hit points, it will fall asleep.
What does this kind of sleep spell look like? Is it like a butterfree powder? Is it like a...
Yes, I love the powder on the wind as he kind of is hovering above the air, and this kind of radiant glitter dust just kind of wafts over towards this troll, and like a kid's cartoon, like a scent that kind of maybe lifts him up under the nostrils.
Yeah, he definitely gets the head up. Big nostril sniffs. Even the bear kind of stops to sniff as it's kind of nearby, and the creature just gives a bit of a and it doesn't seem to be enough, I'm afraid.
Yep.
But
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
But you have an opportunity to move.
I guess I may as well. I unfortunately don't have Expeditious Retreat on me anymore because I cast the spell. So
no, as long as you didn't cast another concentration spell, right?
That one was a concentration spell. Sleep.
Oh, okay, right.
Sleep. Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Oh, weird. Okay, cool. Sweet.
So you're
I
still
really thought it was.
expeditiously retreating forwards.
Love it. Get very
Retreating
forward.
towards danger.
So we go 60 feet. I'm gonna stand on like this side. My goal is to take the attention, so as I flap my wings over there, he's really not going very high up off the ground. You guys are well aware of his issues with heights. And that'll be my turn. Or my action.
The bear is going to kind of look over at Paulie, give like, "Rrr," and then like look back at the big troll who's been attacking him and try and bite the troll.
Oh, I ain't fighting the bear.
Your turn, Paulie.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go just hover down to the satyr and go, we should get out of here, buddy.
And he's just like, and he's like in his like waiter outfit that he was wearing before, completely passed out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start. Can I start dragging him towards Yama?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you start.
How big is this satyr?
It's a humanoid, so it's like human-sized. Goat
He's bigger
leg.
than Paulie.
Yeah, probably bigger than you. Yeah, so I don't think you can really fly with him.
No, that's fine. There you go. Now your icy stuff can work.
Yeah, there we go. Deck save.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm just doing the cigarette, but I'll do that absolutely.
So I'd say you could probably move like half your speed while dragging someone that's unconscious.
Yep.
So if you want to like skirt around.
Oh, maybe I could push him on the ice, just shove him. I'll shove him on the ice so that way he moves himself.
Sure. Yeah. So instead, give me an athletics check. And I will.
I'll be in there in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the ice troll, seeing your effort, Yama, of the kind of sleep powder, this troll kind of seems to get an idea, sees you coming up to it, or floating up to it, perhaps intending it harm. It's going to reach into a little like bag at its waist, that it's kind of got like a drawstring bag, and pull out what appears to be sort of this like ruby crystal powder, almost like crushed rubies, and it was. I need you and the bear to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Alright, wisdom's not too bad. Comes. Oh, yes. That is a 26.
Excellent.
Hey.
Job.
You find that like your calmness instantly lets you like just kind of wave this feeling away. The bear perhaps not so much, as it starts, it gets like all this like red stuff all over its nose as it sniffs at it. You can see its eyes start burning wild and red, and it just starts.
Oh no.
You've seen this kind of behavior before, specifically in Karu.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right.
Also, as you get near the troll, I need you to.
It was 17 by the way for the athletics check.
Okay, excellent.
Reliable talent, baby.
Yama, just as you get close, you almost like walk into an aura of bitter coldness. You don't carry any flames with you or any torches or anything like that, typically, do you? But the wind is just whipping around you super fast, and you take 9 cold damage just for being close to this thing.
Yikes.
Wow.
That's cool though. But Yama's like, does call out to his team like, watch out! The bear's gone covered.
Yeah. Okay, my God. Don't worry about it. Just go get the satyr. Let's just run. Let him fight. And I'll shove the deer. And I'll make my way towards it as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you now. I rolled a dice to see if the ice cracked under the deer, and it did not.
Thank God.
Because it would fail its dex saving throw, being unconscious.
Yes, that's fair.
Very good. So yeah, that's going to be the troll's turn. It's sort of object interaction for its whole turn. One of the icy boys is going to miss, or I think it's just going to hit Yama with a snowball, but it just like you just hear it plap into the armor like a nothing, like nothing.
He's like, wait.
Paulie, as you attempt to, you push the satyr and you're like, haha, like, let's go. And you begin to fly up. Just as you fly up, just bang, straight, like, ice, snowball to the face. 4 cold damage.
Alright, all good. So that's 9 in total. Okay.
And one from here comes and aims at... Actually, Killian, you're still kind of, like, moving quietly, aren't you?
He's just dipped out to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, so the other ice method doesn't see Killian because I think he said he was moving quietly and stealthily before. So Paulie, you get another one to the face. That's what you get. You get to take another one for the team.
Fair.
22 to hit on this one for another 5 cold damage.
Definitely hits, and that definitely hurts.
Yeah. We'll do Yama's turn first, and then hopefully Killian is back. As you see the bear kind of like shaking its head around and seems to be looking at you and Paulie rather hungrily, perhaps ignoring the creature in front of it.
Yeah, I think he definitely knows what that means, and so he's going to shoot over. Oops. To the deer, so that's 20 feet of movement. Can I pick it up? Would you let me make like a strength check to try and carry it on my little butterfly wings?
Yep. Firstly, I'll say that the troll is going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
That's fine. I'm going to use my reaction if you succeed.
I do succeed.
Well, do I not get? So I'll take a +4 to my armor class, so 24.
I'll let you know that I'll let you not have to burn that if that's a thing, because it did crit. I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it got a 27 to hit.
Yikes.
That's nuts.
That is nuts. All right. So you're gonna take 22 slashing damage, or it's mostly slashing. Actually, half of it's slashing, half of it's what was I saying? It's the 2d6 plus 4. Oh no, yeah, 22 slashing damage. Plus,
Is it non-magical?
I'd say its claws are non-magical.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then 8 cold damage, and then a further 10 cold damage.
Okie dokie.
And give me a DC 15 con saving throw, please.
I think I can do that. Come on, Con's one of my good ones. Pray for good juju.
Pray for Juju.
Natty 14 for a dirty 20.
Okay, you are not. You are not incapacitated. Not incapacitated, but like you're not.
I'm not an ice cube.
You're not an ice cube. Yeah.
That is
You feel
important.
kind of a chill come from its claws that's attempting to kind of like slow you down and make life harder for you. But you're all good.
Cool. Okay, my turn continues. So yes, I would like to pick up the satyr.
Yeah, you can pick him up. And what are you going to do with him?
I'm going to fly back. So I used one movement turn and I picked him up. Can we say I have 1.5 movements left with my expeditious retreat?
Sure.
So I got 30. Oh my god, I cannot see on this damn back. Yeah. Oh, I've gone 40 feet back towards where we came from.
Yeah, cool. Alright. Dylan's still taking care of business. So we got the bear.
Business.
I think its closest target is Paulie.
Oh no.
Damn it.
So it's going to try and run and kind of leap at you, and almost like, grab you and tackle you into the wall and bite and claw at you.
Owie.
28 to hit.
Yeah, that surprisingly hits.
Nice.
Oof. 22 piercing damage.
Oh, can I uncanny dodge part of that, please?
You absolutely can.
Thank you.
And I need you to make a DC 15 con saving throw for me as well, please.
Okay.
Oh my god, please roll well.
5.
Wow.
Killian is back. Can Killian interject in whatever's happening here in some way?
Sure, yeah. Please do.
Try and save his life.
Yeah. We're going to wind back the clock a little bit to Killian. The bear is going to be in mid-flight attacking. Looks like it's, in mid-flight, jumping up. It's been rage dusted in the face, to give you a bit of a recap. Yama's got the heart and is like making a break for it. The bear has wildly turned his head at Paulie, and he's got that kind of deranged look in his eye that Karu often gets. and he goes berserk mode. And it's going to leap in the air, and it looks like Paulie is going to take the brunt of this in a moment, unless you can do something.
Okay, so how far away am I? And judging by what I know of Karu, it only happens when Karu is low of hit points. Killian's just going to take that as a. He's like, that sounds about right.
You actually saw that the troll pulled out some like ruby dust and like blew it into the bear's face to trigger this thing.
Okay.
So, but as far as I'm concerned, you're still hidden and like effectively hidden here because you kind of were very quiet and you kind of waited, you bided your time. So anything you do is going to be coming from hidden. If that changes what you want to do.
Well. Got two options here. I will go with. Nah, we'll go for the big one. I cast Disintegrate.
On the bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 77 force damage.
Yeah, wow. Does it...
That's insane.
Oh, it's got a save. I'll tell you now, dexterity's
Yeah.
not its greatest stat. And it fails.
How many hit points does it have?
It has more than 77 currently, but it is not looking
That's a lot
good.
of, yeah. I was hoping that I could just like make it just disappear.
Yeah. That would have been a great way to have Paulie avoid being hit.
But now, yeah, it's seeing this sickly green beam fly out of me pointing at it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that also may pull its attention away from Paulie for a second as well. Sort of like just stammer it a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it, considering I just burnt away a lot of its life force.
Sure. Well, I think because it committed to the attack, I'm going to have it do the first attack against Paulie, but then it will turn and come towards you. So Paulie's going to get an attack of opportunity here as it sort of slams into Paulie, bites him. Paulie, you feel that thing bite into you for 22 piercing damage, which you can uncanny dodge. You feel that it's maybe got some sort of something, maybe there's something wrong with its teeth or something like that, because you did substantially fail the con save. This all still continues. Maybe it's got gingivitis or something.
Also fly 30 feet up as it's coming at me. I'll just like my wings in that, and I'll like fly up a little bit, up and back a touch to be like slow it, like confuse it a little bit.
For sure.
But do I get an opportunity attack still?
Yeah, because it's like enraged. It's just going after the thing that hurt it.
Not great. 14 to hit.
14 hits. This thing doesn't.
Oh wow!
It's just it's a giant bear. It doesn't really particularly have incredible armor.
12 damage.
12. You find, and actually I should have said this before. It seems to have some kind of. I wouldn't say it's a resistance, Killian, because it definitely took like the most of the brunt of what you hit it with. But I'll tell you now, like it seems to shake it off maybe a little bit better than you would assume. But it is
a disintegrate spell.
It is definitely heavily bloody. Don't get me wrong in my description here. I'm just kind of trying to add a little bit of flavor, and give a reason for why I've just given it a little bit of health here. But Paulie, you do 12 damage. You say because are you using sneak attack?
No, but I wouldn't get that on an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yeah, because it's currently engaged in.
I only ever get it for one attack
Per
per turn, per cycle. Yes.
It's been your turn. Did you shoot it? Oh, so it was at the start of this round. Did you shoot? No, you pushed the deer. You haven't done any attacks this round.
True. Yes, but let me look at it. I don't think that's the case. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be fair about it.
Now it's engaged with coming after me.
Sure. You don't have to. Obviously, I think it's once per round you get sneak attack. Not.
Yeah. Okay.
You can.
As long as it's. Yeah, sure. I'm happy to use it. Yeah, fucking no.
Tell you what, your hesitation warrants. Give me an insight check here.
Well,
Well, you
So
think
insightful.
if you I mean, this could certainly anger the creature. Well, there's beyond that. There's something else niggling at the back of your mind, but
I'll hit it. Yeah, let's just do it. I'll just do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Just hit it.
Fine. So we're talking 34 damage. How would you like to do this?
Yeah. Just stab it in the
Ooh.
butt as it turns around.
In the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the butt.
So you stab it in the butt. It sort of yowls in pain, walks forward, tries to like come at Killian, tries to turn around at you at the same time. You know, damage coming from all sides, and then eventually, and it falls over on its side. And then slowly starts shrinking. And the fur pulls back into the skin, leaving behind the dead body of
A hot guy.
a very naked.
Oh my god. It's the husband, dude.
No way.
Shit. What have I got? Oh shit. You fucking shot him. There's probably a bullet wound on his
That's the
face.
end of Killian's turn. We've had Yama. We kind of switched you guys around because you got to go first.
Yeah.
Elias will roll a death saving throw.
We'll definitely want to save him. Try save him.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking at all my spells. We should have freaking known.
Interesting. Holy.
Well,
I hate it when you
shit.
do that.
Alright, you know what? Then, okay, like, alright, try save him. I'll get this troll's attention. I'm gonna, panache the troll.
Okay. As you are you flying towards it?
Yep.
Okay. As you fly close towards it, you get struck with an incredibly cold chill.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, yep. Yep.
And you're going to take 16 cold damage just getting close.
Ouch. Okay, I'm bloodied. Ooh, I'm very
Nice.
bloodied. Definitely bloodied. Okay. You know what? I won't panache it. I'll just shoot. I'll shoot with Shrimpy, and then, like, as I'm going towards it.
Yep.
Me, 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. This thing seems to have sort of firmer, harder skin.
Okay. All right. I'll stab him with Talon's Wrath as well. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Oh, one sec. Whoa. What the hell just happened? You guys there?
Yeah, we're still here.
For some reason, everything has gone weird. I'll literally show you what's happened. This just happened right now.
My foundry crashed just before too.
So maybe it's the snow causing problems.
It's not even Foundry. It's everything. I'll send the screen. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, my everything went black and I had to refresh it all.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've turned
that's
off
what.
snow for now, so that'll help.
I might actually have to restart here.
That's all right. We can. We're getting close to the end. So you know what? Maybe this is a good jumping off point. A nice sort of cliffhanger to kind of end on. It is 8:54, and we'll remember that we kind of start at the top of the round with Paulie figuring out what to do. How about that?
Yeah.
So as we.
Oh, better. That's okay. Yeah. So I did close down Opera. Opera absolutely broke on me.
Yeah. I still think it's good though. This would be a nice cap to the story. Elias,
I can't believe we killed her husband.
lying unconscious, bleeding out on the snow, partially disintegrated. I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what happens if Killian hits this number." And you were fucking close, mate. You were really fucking close.
Well, I was gonna just use banishment.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah. Go bigger.
The camera kind of circles out and up and away as Elias is kind of bleeding out naked on the ice. Paulie charging in to the frost troll, and Yama sort of like cradling the unconscious satyr that they have managed to rescue. And that's where we'll end it this week. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.